Hey guys, it's WWK here, and I'm going to make you a new deck today. This one I made while trying to make a deck with no rares in it. There were a few comments saying, why you're only making decks with 100 rares, and how are the new people going to be able to replicate these. So the goal with this one was to try and make a deck that had few to no rares. I managed to do it with no rares. There's a few uncommons which may be hard to get, but the idea is a lot of this deck you can just buy a few packs, trade with some friends, and you should be able to get this quite easily. So this one's called Dawn of the Ancestors, and let's go. So show entire collection. It's a Warpath, not Warpath, Flame Dawn Descendant of the Dragon deck. The Flame Dawn commander is my good friend Sacullas the Final Hammer. Then the Descendants of the Dragon, I go with Meditating Monk. At the end of a turn, if you're not attacked, Meditating Monk gets +1/+0. So having him in command zone will get him pumped up pretty quickly. And then finally we have Z, who honours the dead. You'll never really play him. He's 6 mana for a 2/4 flying, but his ability, pay 1 to create a 2/2 flying spirit character, lose 1 base resource permanently. So basically, if you have 6 mana or 6 resources and you use the ability 6 times, the next turn you're only going to have 1 resource, the one that you got for that turn. So you got to be careful with that. So as you can see, we've got 1 common and 2 uncommons as the commanders. So starting up at Factionless, we've got 3 Loyal Soldiers, 2/2 for 1. I remember when I first saw that card, I was like, wow, that's really crap, no one will ever use that. And here I am, I'm using it. The Wealthy Noble, he's a 1/1 for 1. And then we go down to Flame Dawn Aspirant. Now if there are any cards that you don't have for this deck, fill it in with Flame Dawn Aspirant. If you don't have enough Flame Dawn Aspirants, then fill it in with anything that costs a low amount. The idea behind this, if you're picking up on it, is they're all very fast, low cost creatures. They're going to come out quickly, they're going to hit really hard, and then hopefully you're going to get them with the Final Hammer. Then we go down to the Ghosts, some flying. Yeah, like just compare that. You got a 2/2 for 1 or a 2/2 for 1 with flying. If it came down to it, which one would you choose? But this deck will choose all of them. And then the very imaginatively named Vanilla Warrior. And then finally we want some exhausts. Now the card's been changed recently, so before it would just move the card to the support zone, but it wouldn't actually exhaust it, like that second sentence. But now it will exhaust, and I don't know, I'm torn. I thought the original version, where the exhausting ability wasn't working, was very fairly costed. Now that I'm actually playing with it the way it says on the card, I don't think I'd be happy if it changed back, but I am sort of thinking that it's a little bit overpowered, because it takes a creature out of combat for 2 turns. But anyway. And finally we have Stumble, which will also take something out of combat for 2 turns, unless they have haste. So, I've missed a card again. Right. Sacullas. Again, he's uncommon. Everything else here, I'm pretty sure was common. So, you might have some trouble getting some extra Saculasses, but I've added 3 of him in the deck. So yeah, the idea basically, if I can show off my nerd for a second, is it acts just like the element magnesium. Alright, once you get it started, it's going to burn really bright, it's going to burn really fast, and then it's just going to go out. So you just got to go, 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 go. You know, if you have a hammer in your hand but there's only 4 creatures down, play it anyway. The idea is to squeeze out every bit of damage that you can. Meditating Monk, if you don't like him, you're going to have to change him with something else, because Z has 2 purity. I find playing him by turn 4 or 5 is usually quite good, because that makes him a 6 or 7. Z, it looks like his drawback is really severe, but you never need more than 4 mana. I like to go up to about 6 or 7 mana, and if I haven't already won the game by that point, I'll make 3 or 4 of them, and then you've just got a constant stream of air support, and a lot of decks just kind of roll over and die to flying, because there's not a whole lot of it in the game at the moment. If you wanted to bump up the deck a bit, like if you get some rares and you wanted to change it, make it more powerful, you could take out some Aspirants. As I said, if you're missing anything, add Aspirants. If you want to add anything, take away Aspirants. I strongly recommend the good old Paladin of Flame Dawn, who is my favourite card. I'd put 3 of him in. Yeah, that's probably the only change I would make. I haven't added any more Meditating Monks simply because they're rather underwhelming if they're not in play from the beginning. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so I'm going to leave you guys with this, and I'm going to go and make some gameplay videos, and until next time, I'll see you next time.